Hello there, welcome to the news on NTV. I am Rojina Rai. First, the top stories. Dengue fever spreading. Dengue fever spreading at an alarming rate. One dies of infection in Chitwan, leading to some 37 deaths this season. Code of Conduct for November 20 election comes into effect. Election Commission issues 60 points directives to ensure free and fair elections. People throng to Durga shrines on the fourth day of Bara Dasai festival. Goddess Kusmanda being worshipped today. Hurricane Ian makes landfall in U.S. state of Florida, bringing severe flooding and high winds. Over 1.8 million left with no electricity. Welcome back. Now we have news in detail. Cases of dengue are spiraling across the country, with the number of infected exceeding 27,000. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, 4 people died of dengue on Wednesday. With this, the death toll from dengue has reached 36 while 27,579 cases have been recorded so far. So far, dengue patients have been seen in 76 districts of all 7 provinces. Meanwhile, a woman died of dengue infection in Chitwan. The 40-year-old woman from Rapti municipality 7 lost her life to dengue infection. According to the district health office, she was diagnosed with dengue in course of her test at Maula Kalika Polyclinic. As many as 743 people have been so far confirmed with dengue infection in the district. Mustang district has not got any dengue patients till date. The Code of Conduct for Parliamentary and Provincial Elections slated for November 20 has come into effect from Wednesday. Elections to the House of Representatives and Province Assembly are being held on November 20. The Election Commission issued 60-point directives to the political parties to make the upcoming election to the members of the House of Representatives and Province Assembly free, fair, impartial, transparent and fearless. The Code of Conduct bars any registered political party to deprive any person of filing candidacy or making publicity and their right to exercise franchise. Nobody shall be allowed to demonstrate and use weapons or explosive. The Election Commission has also directed the political parties not to organize any public feast, hand over any gift, cash, awards, donations and incentives to the voters for using or not using their franchise rights. The process of selection of temporary police for the upcoming November 20 elections has been completed. The examination of more than 2,800 applicants required for 150 polling stations and 344 polling stations for the Provincial Assembly and House of Representatives has come to an end. According to the SP Ajay KC of District Police Office Kaski, recruitment will be on the basis of recruitment coursework, deployment, standards of 2078 and security plan prepared by the district committee. Out of 150 polling stations in Kaski, 50 are categorized as highly sensitive, 49 are sensitive and 51 are categorized as normal. We have more updates at the site. Before that, a short break. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Today is the 4th day of the Bara Dasai festival, one of the 9 manifestations of Goddess Durga. The Kusmanda Devi is being worshipped on the 4th day. The 9 days of Dasai or Navaratri symbolize the battle which took place between the different manifestations of Durga and demons. Goddess Kusmanda is claimed to have created the world with her divine and radiant smile. She is also known as the Ashtabhuja Devi as she has 8 hands. People also recite sacred verses and hymns dedicated to Durga Bhavani at temples and shrines as well as at their homes throughout the Dasai period. 33 persons have faced action for fleecing passengers leaving the Kathmandu Valley. Metropolitan Police Office Kathmandu said they defrauded the passengers by overcharging or giving fake tickets. Police personnel have been deployed to monitor and take action against people cheating passengers heading to their ancestral homes for the celebrations. A total of 1,468 police personnel have been deployed targeting Dasai, Tihar and Chhath festivals. Traffic police is also conducting mechanical tests of vehicles at various transit in a bid to avoid possible accidents. We have international headliners at the side. Before that, a short break. Welcome back. Now the international headliners. Hurricane Ian, a powerful Category 4 storm, is bringing severe flooding, high winds and storm surges to the Florida coast. It made landfall on Wednesday afternoon with maximum sustained wind speeds of 241 km per hour near the city of Fort Myers. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has warned people in the storm's path to get ready for a nasty couple of days. More than 1.8 million customers in Florida have no electricity as a result of the hurricane. The hurricane barreled through Cuba on Tuesday, killing 2 people and shattering the country's electrical grid. A Myanmar court on Thursday convicted Aung San Suu Kyi again and sentenced Australian economist Sian Turnell to 3 years in prison for breaking secrecy laws. Suu Kyi received a 3-year sentence after being tried to convicted with Turnell under the secrets law, according to an official who spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to release information about the case. 3 members of her cabinet were also found guilty, is receiving sentence of 3 years. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris held bilateral talks with South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol in Seoul on Thursday on the heels of North Korea's latest missiles launches and amid fears that it may conduct a nuclear test. South Korea was the last leg of Harris' 4-day trip to Asia, whose aim was to demonstrate the U.S. commitment to the security of its Asian allies. Despite the close alliance between the United States and South Korea, the relationship between the two countries has been marked by tension recently. North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles on Wednesday, while Harris was in Japan and had fired one before she left Washington on Sunday. The launches contributed to a record level of missile testing this year. Quick look into the highlights ahead. September saw Somalia being ravaged by its most alarming drought in more than half of a century as both people and animals were being stripped from their homes. Somalia has long known droughts, but the climate shocks were now coming more frequently, leaving less room to recover and prepare for the next. People who fled the area said that the group was heavily taxing residents by asking up to half of their harvest, even as people began to starve. An estimated 250,000 people died in the famine declared in Somalia in 2011, many because al-Sahab would not allow most aid in or often suffering people out. East Africa is the world's hardest hit drought region, according to the UN's desertification agency. Moving on to sports now. Denmark will wear team jerseys at the World Cup that protest the human rights record of host nation Qatar, with the black option unveiled Wednesday to honor migrant worker who died during construction work for the tournament. The design seems to complete a promise made by the Danish Soccer Federation last November to wear clothing with heretical messages at the tournament in Qatar. Though FIFA's World Cup rules prohibit political statements on team uniform, the three Denmark shirt designs in all red, all white and all black appear to comply with no words or symbols that are an explicit statement. We are almost at this end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, a quick reminders of the top stories. Dengue fever spreading at an alarming rate. One dies of infection in Chitwan, leading to some 37 deaths this season. Code of conduct for November 20 election comes into effect. Election Commission issues 60-point directives to ensure free and fair elections. People throng to Durga shrines on the fourth day of Bharat Dasai festival. Goddess Kusmanda being worshipped today. And Hurricane Ian makes landfall in U.S. state of Florida, bringing severe flooding and high winds. Over 1.8 million left with no electricity. This is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, goodbye and namaste.